And so this member, I have been working with him for a little while. He does live in Houston, Texas. And let's see, can we get him on? Okay, so tell us how you found Lifestyles, David, and what were you doing before Lifestyles?
So I was a stockbroker right out of college. My dad was a stockbroker, and I love the stock market. And then I need to look at the camera. Then God had different plans, and I became a pastor. I was a pastor for 22 years. Heard Del Walmsley on the radio. As a pastor, you don't make a lot of money or you have an opportunity to build a lot of wealth. I mean, that's not the point of being a pastor, right? Is to serve God and serve people. So when I heard about Lifestyles, I heard about Lifestyles years before I joined. In 2016, finally came to the 2-day, heard Del speak. I thought, you know what? I just need to try this. I didn't know anything about real estate. I had no experience with real estate, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna try this.
But David, you weren't a multimillionaire from investing in stocks, like they say?
No, I was praying. You know, actually, when I started as a stockbroker, it was about when I first started. I want to say it was just a couple of months before Black Monday, which I think is Dell's birthday, which is when he lost a lot of money and he decided he needed to do something else besides the stock market. So no, I did not become a multimillionaire with the stock market.
Okay. Awesome. So why did you join Lifestyles? You said you heard him on the radio. So you joined in 2016. So tonight we're just going to talk about one property, but I know you've done a bunch of stuff with real estate. You're a passive investor, if I'm not correct, right, in a Corpus Christi deal?
A partner with another guy on it, yeah.
Okay. And then you've got a single family. And what other city is that other one?
West Columbia, outside of Houston. I've got one in Houston. I had another one in Houston that I sold. And this one is the West Columbia is about an hour away. This is my farthest property.
So you like buying properties that are not close to where you live, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then tell us about the picture with Dell.
Oh, okay. So my wife and I, we were at the gym one Friday afternoon and saw him there. I didn't realize he went to the same gym that I do. He lives close to me. Said hi, talked to him a little bit. And I asked him, I had heard him say that he felt like the next 6 to 18 months were going to be like 2008, 2009 time frame. And during that time, I've heard him say he tripled his net worth from, I want to say 2008 to 2010. And so I asked him, we were walking out of the gym and I said, hey, I said, you know, you've been saying this is a really good time. Should I wait a little bit? I bought a property last May. Wait a little bit longer, or should I go ahead and he said, you know what? You can't figure out it's a great time. You just need to start buying. If you see a good deal, if the deal works, buy it. Buy it right now. And so that was end of October. 3 weeks later, I found the property we're going to talk about tonight and bought it.
Okay, so that was October. Awesome. Okay. So you joined to build wealth and create passive income. All right, let's. Yep. So this is your property here. It's on San Horacio. It's on the west side of San Antonio. Those who are familiar with San Antonio, not too far from, is it Culebra area? So how'd you find it? Tell us
I'm laughing because I have no idea. I found it with an email blast. Adrian Casita, realtor out of San Antonio, Lifestyles realtor, found it. And so I talked to her about it. And what else do you want to tell me? What else do you want me to tell you?
So those who don't know, we have an email blast system. So those of you who are members get emails of property opportunities from our Lifestyle Unlimited agents. And this is what so you got an email and the numbers look good. You called her up. Now, did you drive all the way over here to see it? Uh-oh.
No way. I asked her about it. She sent me some numbers. What I knew about her, what I'd heard about her, is that she is really good on numbers. She's very conservative on her estimates, and it looked like a great deal, like 100% equity capture and decent cash flow from the beginning. And so I said, okay, let's go ahead and buy it. And we did some things. We scoped the lines, did those kind of regular due diligence things along the way. But that was after I already put the money down. I put out a non-refundable deposit already.
Okay, so you put a non-refundable deposit, signed a contract, but you physically had not seen the property. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. That's pretty ballsy.
Wait, back up. You need to go back a slide.
Sorry.
So that's the inside. That's the kitchen.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, David.
So somebody had started a little bit of rehab on it, and because on the upcoming slides you can see some flooring. Obviously, after is what we did. So there's really no flooring. There was no plumbing inside to speak of. It did have a good roof.
Okay.
That's a plus.
Had a roof. Okay. It had walls and a roof, right?
It had walls and a roof, yeah, and windows. Most of the windows.
Nice. Hey, that's a beautiful.
That's the back of the house. Now, if you look on the after that, my contractor built a laundry room. The water heater in the laundry room is in that little room that you see out there. That's the bathroom. I would hate to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night there.
Hey, but it's clean and functional. And one thing we teach is, right, best product, best price. So we look at the comps in the area. And we don't want to overdo it for the neighborhood, and we're definitely not slumlords.
No, I meant I wouldn't want to go to the bathroom of the before picture bathroom.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it looks like you're going to fall into the ground.
I fix a nice house. I would be glad to go to the bathroom in the right picture.
Right, it's gorgeous. No, that's a big transformation. Looks great.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, so you did floors, you did central AC.
Put in central AC and heat. Took down the curtains.
Took down man, that's a lot of work. So how much of this work, David, did you do yourself? Did you get a hammer and spend your weekends down here working?
So I was very thankful when I went to the 2-day. Dale said, if you want to be a successful real estate investor, you should never work in your business. Your job is not to be a handyman or a handywoman. You want to work on your business, because I'm the most unhandy person on the face of the earth.
I can relate. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
So no, I didn't do it. I didn't see the property. I mean, we got the 3 quotes from 3 different contractors. I didn't see the property until the rehab was well underway. I went to San Antonio with my wife and I on a weekend just for fun. The rehab was already well underway. There were already floors put in, that kind of stuff.
So that's a good point, and thank you for saying that. I know we have a lot of members that don't live in Texas or live outside of the area. And so it is possible, right? We have a team here. We've got vendors that are contractors. You've got agents. You've got mentors. And I know, David, you and me chatted prior to you signing the contract. You know, you had a second pair of eyes besides myself, Adrian, and your 3 GCs. I mean, you had a lot of people helping you out. So he did not walk into this blindly. But good job. Okay.
Oh, and there was no plumbing in the house. I mean, we replaced all the plumbing, I should say, I guess.
So new plumbing, new roof, new AC. What about the windows?
Most of the windows were there. We replaced a couple of windows that were broken, but most of them were there. But obviously put in new mini blinds, stuff like that. I don't even know what that room was that you just showed.
Oh. Well, it looks good, whatever. Let's look at the numbers, right? Because that's what really matters. Pictures could tell you a lot, but numbers tell you everything. So I know you told me when we looked at that packet back in, I guess it was November or December when you bought it. What was your original ARV, your estimated appraised value? Wasn't it lower than 187?
Yeah, it was. Adrian thought 160.
Okay.
My hard money lender was a little more.
Okay.
He thought 166.
Okay. So we were thinking ARV 160, 166, but ultimately once your rehab was done, your conventional lender sent an appraiser out there, but that's part of the process, and they appraised it at 187. So that's amazing in itself. You purchased it for $85,000. Your rehab to do everything was $46,000. Cash out of pocket, $12,000. You're renting it for $1,350. By the way, how long did it take to find a tenant?
I want to say about a week, but
okay.
So I paid somebody to rent it out because I'm in Houston, okay. And I think we had like 10 families a day coming by to see it. I mean, a lot of calls, a lot of emails or texts, whatever.
Yeah, $1,350 is a very affordable rent for San Antonio, so I can see why that rented so fast. Plus, look how beautiful the property was, right? Now, your cash flow, that's your profit, guys. That's after you pay everything, property taxes, insurance, everything. Your take-home pay, $211 a month, which is $2,532. That gives you a cash-on-cash return of 21%. Guys, you're not seeing that in the stock market. You're not seeing that in bonds, in the banks. I mean, tell me where else you can get a 21% cash on cash return. David, did you do the math? What is the return on your equity?
Is 300, I can't remember. I think it was 366%.
Over 300%. Yeah, amazing. So your equity capture, guys, $44,000. That's amazing. Give him a hand. So you spent $12,000 to make $44,000, and this is a tax-free or tax-deferred for the CPAs in the room to make you about $2,500 a month. And you're going to raise the rent every year, just like we teach. You've got a great family in there. So great. Sounds like a good story. So let's see.
I was very excited. I actually went to Expo and I got the numbers back on the appraisal, second appraisal.
Uh-huh.
And I saw Adrian Casita, the realtor, and I went up to her and I said, I looked really sad and I said, it's really bad. And she said, what? And I said, the appraisal, you were wrong. She said, what? I said, 187. I don't know what she said, but it was.
I think you owe her a steak dinner. Okay, so then we asked you, how does lifestyles changed your life so far? So you said, not passively hoping the stock market goes up, but proactively increasing my net worth. Had returns of over 200% in 2022. And before you would have lost, right? We see what the stock market's doing now. I definitely don't have the stomach for that, and I think a lot of folks have been through the ups and downs. Definitely a huge difference compared to what you were doing before. How do you feel, compared to doing the stocks and then this?
So, I mean, I know a lot about the stock market. And so, I mean, for somebody that's, just being in an index fund, that's all I did. I would be in like an S&P 500 index fund. And I'd see the market go up and I think, hey, that's really great. And I'd hear on the radio, oh, it went up 200 points. What is that? It's like nothing. And, but I would hope that every year it would go up a little bit more. But I wasn't expecting to build any wealth with that. I wasn't expecting my net worth to retire me with that. I mean, there's just like no way that was going to happen. It was more of a savings plan than an investing plan.
Right. I remember Dale used to tell me, your 401k will never send you a cash flow check, right? And that made a big point, and that was huge. Whereas you're getting that positive cash flow every single month. So awesome. And then short-term, long-term goals, David?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm looking for a house right now. I hope I can buy one in the next month. Okay. I'm just got to find one is all. Okay. And buy another one, maybe two this year. I mean, long term is just to keep building my wealth and have my passive income exceed my expenses, my wife's expenses, so we don't have to worry about how we're going to pay the bills. We can do what we want to do. We can live the lifestyle.
Absolutely. Good. Well, you're on the track to do that. And then a little shout out on some people that helped you along the way. Myself, right, single family mentor. Realty, Adrian, she is not here today, but she is always here typically, so a lot of you know who she is. She helped you find the deal. And then your vendors on your hard money, did you use, or you had a private money?
I used a private lender for that.
Okay, which is the same thing as hard money, right, guys? And then your refi person, right? This is a person that refied it into your permanent 30-year fixed rate. That was
Sean Riley at Capital Concepts.
Okay, and they're a vendor. You guys can find them on the vendor list.
Yeah, and I shopped 3 different lenders on the vendor list, and he got me the best deal.
Awesome. Well, great, David. Congratulations, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your evening to share your story with us. We may have a few questions if you could stick around for a few more minutes.
Yeah.
There was one question that came in online. Do you remember, David, what year was the property built?
1949.
1949. But like a brand new house now, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, any questions from the audience? And I'll repeat the question for you guys online.
How long did the rehab take at the level that it was?
David, how long did your rehab take? That's a pretty extensive rehab, right? How many?
Yeah, it started, like, I want to say December 12th.
Okay.
And we finished, what is it, Mark? We finished before the end of February.
Okay, and you had Christmas and New Year's during that time, right? So I'm sure the team
yeah,
took a few days off.
and some rainy weather and stuff that slowed it down a little bit.
Okay, so about a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay.
How did he react to
And then how did you connect with your GCs to get that work done?
So I actually knew somebody in San Antonio, and I paid him a little bit of money to go by and check on things, see things, make sure things were going okay, because I couldn't go by the house. I mean, I could, if I wanted to drive to San Antonio once a week, I could have done that. It's 4 hours away, but I didn't want to do that. So I paid somebody to do that.
Okay.
And that's included in my out-of-pocket.
Okay,
Everything
so
is
we
included in
have-
my out-of-pocket. So I just
we
paid
have a
somebody
vendor,
that I trusted to go by and do that.
Sorry to cut you off. We have a vendor who provides concierge service on the vendors list. So for those of you who
Yeah.
live out of town, they will come and take pictures of the property. You also have your private or your hard money lender inspectors that come in and check the work, take pictures, so that you know where you're at. You don't want to do this blindly. You probably don't want to have to drive here every week if you don't have to, right? You have that team. So good question.
I'm a lazy investor. I don't want to go look at the property
That's
all the time.
okay. Hey, that's okay if you're doing it right, right? Somebody said, what is the motivation to buy a 1949 house, David?
366%.
Over 300%
capture.
return on capital, 22% cash on cash return, and 44,000 equity. I think that's a good reason, right?
Yeah, so I don't care about the year it's built.
Right.
I just care if the numbers work, and I don't care about where it is. I mean, I looked at a property in Georgia through Lifestyles. I would have bought a property in Houston. San Antonio, I like San Antonio. I love the area. The picture you saw earlier, we're at Enchanted Rock, and we went through San Antonio to get there. And so it was a good deal. And like I said,
Great.
I knew it was doable because of my Lifestyles team.
Yes.
That were more educated and more wise than I was.
Wonderful. We've got 2 more questions here locally. Go ahead. Square footage, right under 800 square feet.
Yeah.
Yep. 3 bed, 1 bath. Is that right, David?
That's correct.
And last question in the back, Kevin. David, Kevin, the inspector, is saying, did you replace the whole sewer line?
Yeah, I think we did. I mean, you know, to the not to out of the house. I think it was good once we got outside of the house.
Probably the galvanized pipe for PVC.
You see how lazy he is? He doesn't even know what was done.
He's got to ask his GC. He'll get back to us. All the plumbing underneath the house, David?
All the plumbing underneath the house, and it was good outside the house because I did scope the lines to make sure, you know, from the house to the city, the sewer line was good.
You did have it scoped, right?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Right. Good question. Well, awesome. Thank you, David, and thank you guys for being here, and we appreciate you getting on with us virtually, and we'll hear from you in the future, I'm sure. We want to hear about your next deal, and when you're done with it, let us know, and thank you so much. Please give David a hand, guys.
Hey, let me say one more thing.